Hey everybody, it's Jansen here. Welcome to this video. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of a six-figure hypnotherapy and coaching business. So why would you want to watch this? Well, if you're looking at your business now and it just seems chaotic, it seems like you have so many things you need to do, you're confused about what processes to use, how to get clients, do I have to use funnels, do I have to use fancy websites, do I have to do paid ads, and there's so much information going on inside your mind and it seems like you're stuck and confused. Well, this video is going to show you how to simplify your entire business, and I'm going to show you the systems and protocols, the behind the scenes, like pulling behind the curtains of what a six-figure hypnotherapy business should look like and the things that you can implement today to smash your first six figures this year. So you want to make sure you stay through all of the protocol. I'm going to add in the must-haves for your business. I'm going to take you behind the scenes, show you how to stabilize and get predictability into your business based off all the information I have in this video. So let's begin. So the first thing we want to do, guys, when understanding the systems and processes and strategies for a six-figure hypnotherapy or coaching business is the way that we view our business. So for any coach and therapist who's really starting out in business, and even maybe the more advanced therapists and coaches, it may seem like your business is chaotic. It may seem like there's so many things going on in your business. You have to do so many different things. You have to achieve so many tasks. You've got to push so many buttons. There seems like there's a lot of chaos and confusion as to what your business really is. So the best place for us to start is to really understand what a business actually is and view our business through the lens of what I call a system. So everything in nature, everything around you from business to nature itself is all systems. Even you as a person are full of systems. And just like a business, we want to view our business as a system so we can start to categorize what seems to be all chaos into complete harmony. And this is how you start to get control of your business. So one of the first things we teach all of our therapists and coaches that have given them tremendous success in their business is to see their business as a system. And a system comes really down to these key points here. So whether you're a coach or a therapist, it doesn't matter, all the systems remain the same. So this is the way that I view my business. And also what this allows me to do is, because I can see it in such a simple form, it allows me to fix parts of my business that may be broken, that maybe need to be monetized more, that need to be changed. Instead of just looking at a business that isn't working and think, well, what do I change? What am I supposed to do? What isn't working? What is working? What could I make better? Well, in order to do that, we have to view it as a system. And I'll talk to you in a moment about what a system actually is in more detail. But I first want to give you a representation. We're going to categorize your business down into these elements. First, we're going to look at the inputs. We've got to also have processes. We're going to have something called outputs, feedback, and your environment. This is literally your business. This is the lens that you should put over your business. Forget about the marketing, forget about the niching, forget about the name of your business, forget about your logo, forget about doing the funnels, forget about giving away free sessions. All of that stuff is irrelevant until you can see your business like this. And then we can take all the tasks that make up the whole of your business and put it into a system which allows us to tweak and make things better. So like I said, we have our inputs, processes, outputs, feedback, and environment. And I'll show you what those are exactly. So what you're looking at right now is actually one of the videos from our 100K coaching program, but also one thing we have in our therapy maximizer, because this takes business to a whole new level when you can see your business through this lens. So let me tell you guys what a systems thinker and what it takes to be a systems thinker and how much of an advantage you have to smashing your first six figures by understanding the systems of your business. So I'm just going to go back one slide. I'm just going to come up on your screen. There we go. So here it is. I'm going to read this out to you. So the key to success becoming a systems thinker. Number one, this is what a non-systems thinker is. A non-systems thinker would see their hypnotherapy and coaching business just as individual parts or just a mass sum of elements. This is where the confusion comes in. They do not see or know how each individual part is interconnected to the next part, and the healthiness of one part will affect the healthiness of the next part, thus influencing the entire system as a whole. So what the hell does this mean? Well, I'll get into more detail about what this is. However, a systems thinker, the therapists and coaches that are working with us to create massive amounts of money per month have all become systems thinkers. And this is what they do. A systems thinker will see their business as a whole, a living, breathing, moving organism, and understand that inside this business are individual parts that need to run cohesively for their business to remain healthy. They can see the whole system at a 30,000 foot view, but also see each part individually. So in our industry, what I see are hypnotherapists and coaches focusing 100% of their time on just one part of their system. I'm going to read that again because this is important. What I see are hypnotherapists and coaches focusing 100% of their attention on just one part of their system. They're obsessed with funnels. They're obsessed with just sales. They're obsessed with just Facebook. They're obsessed with just giving free sessions. They're obsessed with just having a low price. So they're concentrating on one thing, but that one thing is just one part of a whole system. And if they're concentrating all on one thing, they're ignoring the rest. So they are convinced that this one part is all that is required to be successful. And this is usually getting more certifications and more certifications, building another funnel, building another website, adding another product, having another niche and another service. When troubleshooting their business, they commence to fix this one part with more of the same part. So what happens is they look at their business and they say, Scott, I'm not making any money per month. Well, it must mean my funnel is bad, or it must mean I'm not good at sales. It must mean I haven't picked the right niche. It must mean I don't have the right price. So what have they done here? They have connected the reason why they are not successful with a guess, and they're only looking at that one part of their business, which is part of the system, and ignoring the rest. So as a systems thinker, you need to see your business as one whole organism, but also understand all the individual parts, which I'm going to go through in this video, because this is a background of a six-figure business. You have to see all the individual parts that make up the sum whole of your business. There's more than one thing going in your business right now, multiple things that are making your business either successful or not. It is never just one thing. So what tends to happen is, like I said, coaches and therapists will look at the whole of their business and go, well, I'm not making any clients. That must mean this. And that is dangerous. You cannot assume and you cannot correlate the reason why you're not successful into that one part. We have to work out a way to view our business as a system and tinker with individual parts, which I'm going to show you guys how to do, and make the sum elements of those parts efficient and what I call stable, which I'll get into very soon. So like I said, they go ahead and they try to commence to fix the one part with more of the same part while the rest of their system becomes neglected and dies. It's like therapists and coaches say, Scott, I don't want to learn how to sell. You have to. That's part of the system. Scott, I don't want to pick one niche. We have to. That's part of the system. I don't want to give higher prices. We have to. That's part of the system. See where I'm going here, guys? It's all part of the collective system. So lastly, the sum total. To run a healthy business, guys, each part must remain healthy. And you have to be able to view each part and tinker with individual parts, but know that each part is connected to the next part. So when troubleshooting, you can't just look at the unhealthy parts, guys. You can't just go, well, I suck at sales, I'm not going to learn. Or I suck at picking a niche, I'm not going to learn. I suck at, putting a price on my service or just picking one product. You have to learn. So you must analyze backwards to see where the unhealthiness began and work forward to rejuvenate each part. So what does this really mean? So here's an example. So someone looks at their business and says, Scott, I haven't got any sales. Okay, and that's their sum. That's what they've come up with. That's in their head. That's the conclusion they've come up with. But that's not a systems thinker. What a systems thinker does great is go, okay, I'm not making any sales. What is happening before I get to not making the sale that could be unhealthy? What have I missed? What needs tinkering? What needs to be made better? So an example of this would be like the end conclusion is no sales. But if we work backwards, maybe it's not the sales at all. Maybe just bad at strategy sessions. But even before the strategy session, maybe you've just targeted the wrong type of clients. But even before that, maybe you've got a bad message, a bad price, and a bad offer. But even before that, maybe you've picked the wrong niche, or you've done the incorrect niche research. Can you see how we're working backwards, guys? And we have to work in this way to figure out, where did I go wrong? Not the conclusion, the end result, the thing that we can see. It's like when working with a therapy client, we know when a client comes in to see us and says, I've got this problem. We know that's not the real problem. We dig deep into the root cause about what is happening inside of this problem, what caused this problem, and we fix that. It's the exact same thing for your business, guys. So putting this all together, what I've read here creates our system, our inputs, process, outputs. So what does this look like to be able to use this in your business? Well, this is what it starts to look like. So what this is I've mapped out an entire six-figure business here. This is what it looks like. And these are the things you need to concentrate on. And then I'm going to show you the must-haves for your business to make this system actually work. So let's look at firstly the priorities of your business. So the priority of any business is to survive, guys. And we need cash flow immediately. For a lot of therapists and a lot of coaches, They're spending far too long in seminar rooms, getting far too many certifications, building up that debt, and then not going to the extent of getting cash flow coming in immediately. And this is a big thing why I argue the point of, gurus are saying you need to give away free sessions. No, you don't, because that's not allowing cash flow immediately. Got to give pro bono sessions. No, you don't, because that's not allowing cash flow immediately. As soon as you are qualified and as soon as you can fix someone's problem, you need to be getting cash into your business. And right now, guys, you have to take off the therapy hat. I want you to become a business owner, entrepreneur here, and understand the survival of your business is cash flow. The survival of your business is not passion. The survival of your business, not being obsessed with helping people, wanting to fix 1 million people around the world. The priorities of any business is cash flow. This is immediate, okay? The second part is growth, and we call this revenue. This is long-term. So I also want to make the point that when we're starting to charge clients, we've got to be very mindful of payment plans. I know a lot of therapists and coaches get their first 10 clients all on payment plans. 5 payment plans, 5 split payment plans, 10 split, just ridiculous amounts, which means cash flow is almost in the negative. You're not getting enough cash on the day to be able to survive long term. So ideally, what you want to be doing, what we teach all of our students to do, is when you're first going into the industry, when you're first starting to target clients, you want to aim for full payment straight off the bat, because you need cash flow immediately, because you've got to pay off your debts. You've got to pay off your training debts. You've got to eat. You've got to survive. Then in the long term, you want to start adding things like payment plans and whatnot. And you need to juggle these 2 priorities correctly. We've got to have cash flow and revenue. Okay, immediate, long term. As a business owner, start thinking about long term. It's all well and good to say yes to a $100 client now, but then having to split up that payment over 5 payments just to get money in, that's immediate. That's not the best. We've got to start thinking long term as well. Is this client going to be a long term fix for your business? Do I have enough revenue coming in to support that long term payment plan? Or most likely not. Okay, so they're the priorities, guys. They're the 2 priorities of a business. So now we move into the next part of the system, which is the inputs, which I call traffic. We have our processes, I call this sales. We have our outputs, which is our income. And we have our environment, which I'll talk about, and also our feedback. So I'm going to be showing you guys the must-haves for your inputs to reach 6 figures and beyond. And we have hundreds of students doing this by just following this inputs right here. I'm going to show you the must-haves for your business. You'll notice there's nothing to do with funnels. There's nothing to do with writing copy. There's nothing to do with Facebook ads. There's nothing to do about giving away free sessions. There's none of that stuff, okay? We want to start producing inputs correct and correlating those processes correctly and having the outputs. So the inputs, guys, the easiest way I want you to think about it is the action. What is the action that you are going to input into your business that will hopefully turn into a sale? So we talk about things like Facebook Lives, Facebook posts, strategy calls, offer, video blogs, email broadcasts, audience building, 15-minute calls, strategy calls. These are all the actions that you do on a daily basis. And here's the bottom line, guys. I really pay attention to this. The more inputs you do per day, the more processes you're going to create, the more outputs, which is income, you are going to collect. It's that simple. If you're not making money right now, it's more than likely you're not doing enough inputs. So the coaches and therapists are smashing it. They're just doing more inputs than you. They're doing everything 10 times, 20 times, 50 times more than you, and that's how they're able to collect more money than you. So your inputs I'll talk about in a moment, and I'll take you through several that you can actually start doing. So what is the process? Well, the process is probably one of the most important parts of the system. And this is something we would need to make stable. Now, what do I mean by this? A process is how you turn a complete stranger into a paying client. So for a lot of therapists and coaches, I say, well, how do you turn that stranger into a paying client? And they say, well, sometimes I do a strategy call. Sometimes they book on my website. Sometimes I give them a free session. Sometimes I give them a referral. Sometimes I send them a video. Sometimes I just send them a PayPal link. This is the wrong way to view your system. You want to turn this process into your best process. And I always recommend just picking one process. We hands down recommend doing a strategy call, okay, as the process, because that can remain stable. But with the strategy call, you need to learn how to do the strategy call, which I'll talk about coming up very soon. I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of the actual strategy call script that we use, because it's all well and good to do a sales call, but we've got to take it one step further and think, okay, how can I get good at sales? How can I have a process that I can follow step by step to make that strategy call stable so it becomes predictable? So I know that every 2 to 3 people I speak to, I'm going to make one sale. There's not a lot of therapists and coaches outside of our students that can say that. I mean, hell, we have some students that are closing 100% from $1,000 clients all the way up to $5,500 clients. So they're doing the inputs, they're getting the attention of their market, that market is reaching out to them. They're getting them on a strategy call or a sales call, and that's producing income. And they know each day, if I want to make $5,000 in a week, I've just got to speak to 4 people on the phone. I do 4 strategy calls. I charge $2,500. I follow the script, a stable process that I can just read, and this produces my outcome, which is the cash and revenue. So what we recommend here is if you've got more than one process, stop it. Have one. If you have more than one way to take a payment, have one, which I'll talk about very soon. But you want to make this process stable, okay? You don't want to do a strategy call for one client and then have another client book off your website, another client that you send a video to, another client you send a link to, another client that you have referrals to. You want to try and just delete all that confusion. You want to ignore that confusion and try and have one. And I highly recommend everyone adopt a strategy session with a survey, and that should be your process. That's how you take a complete stranger into a paying client. So putting these 2 things together, we do the actions for our business. We find our voice inside of our market. We let people know what we're doing all the time. We turn those people into a strategy call. We get awesome at strategy calls. And now the output of the inputs process now becomes cash and revenue. That is your whole business, guys. Okay? Inputs, process, output. Inputs, process, outputs. That is it. If you're thinking your business is more complex than this, you're delusional. This is how every business is. This is how the whole, this is how the environment is. This is how you are as a person. Let's think of you and your system. You get hungry, you put food in your mouth, your stomach enzymes start to digest that food, and you excrete that food. That is a system. Input, process, output. See where I'm going here? So what is the environment? Well, the environment is the niche that you are in. It is also your immediate environment. What is it like when you're working at home? Do you have an office? Do you like where you work? Are you motivated? Are you working in a dark dungeon of an office, or are you working somewhere bright where you're motivated? The environment will play havoc on the system. The better the environment, the more conducive you have to a healthier system. If you don't like where you work, you don't like where your office is in your house, you need to change it because you'll be more motivated, and you'll kill procrastination by having a better environment. But also inside the environment is your niche. What's the niche you've chosen? Well, your system is inside that niche as well, and it has to be played correctly as well. Okay, so that's your cash and revenue. So the feedback really comes into it is when you're looking at your system like this, and this is where it really gets fun. You start doing some inputs, you start driving traffic to what you do, you start offering the strategy calls, and then is what you're doing here producing an output, the output that you want, which is income or revenue, clients, cash. If it's not, you get the feedback, okay, I'm not making any money. I need to go back to the input stage. What can I fix? Okay, I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to do this type of Facebook Live instead of this type of post. I'm going to do all of them. I'm going to add video. I'm going to do something different. I let that run for at least 7 days. I try and get people on a call. I look at the process. I follow the script. And now it produces revenue. I'm starting to get cash coming in. So what does that tell me? Everything I'm doing here is correct. This is getting more correct. I'm getting better at this, which is producing more income. So what does that leave you to do? Well, now you know what works at the input stage. You start to double down. You start to do more of the things that work and get rid of all the things that don't work. I'll give you an example. Facebook Lives work incredibly well for my niche. Facebook posts work incredibly well for my niche. Strategy calls work incredibly well for my niche. Standing on stage does not. Okay? Giving away free sessions or free this or free that does not work. Running Facebook ads is less profitable for my niche than it is doing organically. Organic marketing works incredibly well for my business. So that's why I do so much of it. I know what works and I double down on those things. I don't introduce things that I know not to work because now I'm creating a to-do list that is a waste of time. And one of the things, guys, you have to understand about your business is you're going to have something called asymmetry, okay? Meaning that you can have 2 types of actions that you take. One action will take a lot of energy to do and it will produce no output, okay? But the opposite of that asymmetry is you can do something that is so easy, takes less energy, that creates the biggest output. And it's your goal to find out what that is. So I found asymmetry in my inputs. I know what works, and I refuse to introduce anything else until these things stop working, and I will exhaust these things until they stop working. So I know asymmetry. I know there are things that if I introduce into my inputs will take up so much time and so much energy and produce no outputs. So why the hell would I do them? Sure, we have to do a lot in our business, but we also have to start to track and see what's working in our business so we know what to do and what not to do, what to double down on and what to ignore altogether. So guys, this is your system. Inputs, process, and outputs, okay? So what are these things exactly? Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the must-haves for your inputs, guys, and the must-haves for your processes, okay? So we're gonna get into that now. So what I have, I'm going to stop sharing this screen. I'm going to move on to the next screen and let's get into the inputs and let's start looking at social media. So you must have this, guys. Just bear with me. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to close these down. All right. So the first input, guys, you want to make sure you have is a personal Facebook page, not a business page. Why a personal Facebook page? A personal Facebook page allows us to create organic growth. Facebook is created to connect people to people. Have you noticed when you open up a brand page or a business page, then you've got to share that stupid message? People say, hey, I thought you might like my page. Come over and check this content out. That creates havoc. That creates too many steps. However, each time I'm on my personal page, I'm doing Facebook Lives, I'm doing announcements, I'm showing testimonials, I'm giving away free advice. I'm showing testimonials here. I'm doing all the things as far as my input. And what this is allowing me to do is broadcast what I do to the wider web of Facebook instead of going through a business page. Now, what you'll notice here is down here where it says friends, 4,494. These are 4,494 people that I could help. They're not friends or family members. They're people inside my market that I know could use my help. So what does this mean? Well, guys, when I do a post like this, Facebook will alert all of these people. When I do a Facebook Live, let me just see if I can find a Facebook Live, which is here. What happens when I do this? Well, Facebook is going to alert all of these people that Scott Jansen has gone live. Now, unless someone has liked my business page or gone on my brand page and liked it, they're not going to get that notification. But as soon as they become my friend, they will. And the great thing about Facebook is, guys, this is free. We don't worry about websites and funnels because you've got to pay for that stuff, and that's offline. With anything offline, you now have to drive traffic to it, and most likely that's going to be paid traffic. Whereas Facebook, it's free, and you can get organic traffic to your content every single day. So the first must-have, guys, for your inputs is a personal Facebook page. And you want to be doing Facebook Lives constantly. You want to be showing testimonials. You want to be doing posts. You want to be adding your market to your friends list. Get rid of all your friends and family. Get them off Facebook. You have 5,000 people that you can add to this friends list. I like to look at them as leads or potential clients. And it's your job now to start showing them what you can do. So that is the first must-have, guys, is a personal Facebook, and all your marketing needs to be done here. Don't worry about a website. Don't worry about funnel. Don't worry about branding. Don't worry about logos, all of that stuff. All done on a personal page. And to get a better indication of this, guys, just come over and visit my page. You'll see that everything we do, everything my company does is on a personal Facebook page. And that's where 95% of our revenue comes, okay? So you can see right here, that's all done here. So that's the first must-have, guys, personal Facebook page, doing all your marketing on your first personal Facebook page. So what is the next must-have, guys? Well, the next must-have is a way to take payments, guys, okay? So what I've got here is I've just got one of our older Stripe accounts. I'm going to show you where this works into. So when we're driving traffic to our social media, we're driving traffic to what we do, there's going to be a chance we're going to get someone on a strategy call. And I'll get through the strategy call in a moment. At the end of the strategy call, we want to be taking payments, guys. We want to be taking these things right here. Let me just click on this. I'm going to show you guys how to use this. Just bear with me. Internet's lagging just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to click on new. Okay, so at the end of the strategy call, guys, we want to be taking payments. Remember, the success of our business and the life of our business comes from getting revenue and cash in immediately. Well, cash in immediately. So you do the strategy call, which is part of the process. At the end of that process, you have to have a predictable way, a stable way to take a payment. Gone are the days where you say to a client, hey, you can pay me on the day. Pay me when you show up. No. People need to pay for your sessions, guys, your product, your service at the end of your strategy call to book you in their diary. That's it. They're booking time with you. They're not booking showing up on the day. Okay, so even as a face-to-face therapist, when I was seeing stop smoking clients, I'd do my strategy call. At the end, I'd give them my price and they'd say, great. I'd get their credit card details over the phone, guys. Not by transfer, not by check. And one way we can do this is by using Stripe, guys. So what you want to do, come over to stripe.com and you can create a free account. And what Stripe does, which is awesome, it's better than PayPal, it allows you to take credit card details right here, guys. So once you've created your account, you can come over to New, which is on the right-hand side here. Obviously, you won't have any payments here. Click on this. And what this is allowing me to do is take credit card over the phone. If I'm doing a Zoom call, I'm doing a phone call, I can take credit card details. The client will get their credit card out. I can change the currency. I put the amount. I put their credit card details in. I put the statement, description of who I am. This is from my old company, the description. But the awesome thing is, as well, with Stripe is you can now send a receipt as well. So guys, do you see how simple that is? See how stable that is? I'm not allowing clients to pay on the day because that's messy. Then have another client pay through PayPal. Then another client pay through Stripe. Another client pay on my FPOS machine. Another client send me cash. I remember sometimes clients would send me cash in an envelope, like just crazy, and this gets messy. So if you've got complexity in your business, like too many things going, too many different things in your system that are going all in different directions, you want to harmonize those things and you want to keep them stable. Okay, so that's why we use a Facebook page for our marketing. That's one thing. We do a strategy call. That's one way to turn a stranger into a paying client. We use Stripe to take that payment. So it's one merchant account. See where we're going with this, guys? One of everything. When you start having too many things, too many different ways to take payments, too many payment plans, guys, too many splits, too many social media, you got to juggle Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all that stuff. It just gets out of control and you won't know what's working because you will have too much to follow. We want to keep things harmonized and one way. So you've seen the testimonials, guys, of some of our students doing $10,000 all the way up to $50,000 a month. They are taking payments over Stripe at the end of the strategy call. Hands down, one system, guys. So that's another must-have, guys. So I recommend using Stripe because you can take payments over the phone using a credit card, okay? So what is the next thing? Well, the next thing I'm going to show you guys is I'm actually going to show you the strategy call. So let me stop sharing this. I'm going to turn over to the strategy call. I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of the script we use, okay? So here is our strategy call script. So this is something that our therapy maximizer students, but also our 100K coaching students get, okay? I'm not going to spend too long on this because this is where all the value is, and this thing is worth millions of dollars from the extra income and revenue that our students have actually pulled in from using this script. But what I really want to point out, guys, is this is keeping things stable. You can't just do a sales call and get on the phone and guess as to what to say to your clients. Like, are you sure you want to quit? Yes. Out of 10, you know, if 1 was no, you don't want to quit, and 10 was really extreme, you want to quit, which one would it be? Oh, it'd be an 8. Okay, awesome. I'm $1,500. Not going to fly. You can see the strategy call script, and once you print it out, it's actually 8 pages. Goes through an entire system. It's a system inside of a system, an entire system and sequence to get your client in the right frame of mind to make sure that you can help them, to make sure they've let go of you not being able to help them and any doubt they have in their mind and clearing up any objections. So by the time you get to the bottom of the script, you can offer your service, offer your price, and then you take their payment details over Stripe. See how that works? That's that system interconnecting, okay? You can't get to the end of the strategy call and the client says, okay, well, how can I pay? And you go, well, you can either send me cash, you can either pay on the day, I can send you PayPal, we can do it over Stripe, you can send it to me in dollar coins, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't do this. Take control. Stabilize the strategy call, stabilize the merchant system by having one of everything. So what else is after the strategy call? Well, let's move on to another must-have. So a must-have for you as well, guys, is the strategy call. You want to have a strategy call in place that you know that can perform and have a predictable output. Okay, and this script alone has, like I said, we've helped generate over $1 million in revenue in 2019 itself. And before that, in 2018, 2017, going to 2020 will be the same because it's a predictable way to get paid for what you guys do so well. All right, so what's the next must-have, guys? Well, I'm going to move into, where are we? So we've done that. Let's come back to Facebook, wherever we were. Sorry, guys, bear with me. So I have the strategy call script. No, I don't want that. Let's come back here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that was Stripe, guys. So we know from strategy call to Stripe, I should say. So guys, the next must-have you want to make sure you have in your business is a booking system. Why would you want to have a booking system? Well, think about this, guys. What are the hours for your work? Do you open up your office at 9 o'clock and then end at 5? Well, that's awesome. But what happens to the other side of the world who want to book you in as well? How do they get in contact with you? Do they just email you? That's one way, but it's also one way to start a long conversation back and forward. Or do you have a booking system, a stable, predictable booking system that anyone can book you at any time they want to? But we want to take it one step further. Attached to this booking system, we want to make sure we survey all of our clients. So inside that system as well, we want to have a booking system that has attached to it a survey. And it's these survey questions which now get you control over the type of client that you can choose to work with. So for example, I will wake up to dozens of strategy calls booked every other day. So every 2 to 3 days, there are dozens of calls booked. That's just how it is. So what I want to do is I'm not going to take on all of those people. Even as a stop smoking therapist, I'm not taking all those people. I get to look at the booking, and then I get to assess based on the questions I have in my survey, is this person going to be a good fit? Do they have the income to work with me? Are they motivated? Are they in the right frame of mind? Why do they want to do this? Why should I choose them over everybody else? Do you see what's happening here, guys? I'm now taking control. So gone are the days when you have to start fighting for clients to work with you. You want to have your clients want to work with you, but you get to choose. One of the best predictable ways as far as your inputs and processes is when you can start picking and choosing your clients. By having a booking system is one of the ways you can stabilize those things. So we use Calendly, okay? We use the free version of Calendly, which allows us to create what is called an event. So this is just a free booking system. I don't pay anything for this. Talk about no money tech, okay? Guys, we're always trying to build a business that has high profits and high revenue, but really low business costs, okay? I see therapists and coaches, they're paying for funnels, they're paying for websites, they're paying for booking systems, they're paying for integration, they're paying for active campaign, they're paying for webinars, they're paying for all of this crazy stuff, but they're not using any of it because they don't have their business systemized. They don't know what's coming from where and going to who. So we have one booking system, guys, for both of my programs. Okay, so for my 100K coaching program, but also our Therapy Maximizer program, we have one booking system for free software, okay? So come over to Calendly. It's really easy. This will take you probably 10 minutes to set up. There's some great instructional videos down here that you can watch. Get that set up, add this onto your website, but also when you're working on social media, if you're doing posts and Facebook Lives and someone says, oh, that Facebook Live was incredible, you know, how can I get in contact with you? I'd love to quit smoking based on that video you showed me. You know, that was awesome. You sound like you know what you're doing. How can I book you in? Bang, send them straight through to your booking system. That's how we do it. Okay, so that's another must-haves, guys, a booking system, and try and get the free version where you can. So what's the next must-have, guys? So what you want to have, guys, as far as your social media is also a YouTube channel. So always thinking about how can I do some free marketing. So we all know that to use YouTube and upload videos, it is completely free, just like Facebook. So how do we utilize this? Well, what I like to do is I like to repurpose the things I do on Facebook. Remember that asymmetry thing. So I can repurpose the Facebook Lives, the videos, the content, and I can turn this into videos and content that will suit a platform like YouTube. So what I'm doing with my YouTube channel is I'm also growing it based on my niche. So as you can see, we're helping therapists and coaches become six figures and beyond to help grow their business. And now my YouTube channel is full of these videos. This content, this video that I'm creating right now is going to go on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page. I'm going to broadcast it to all my email subscribers as well. So this is another way that we can do organic marketing. And if I scroll down, okay, you'll see how many videos we have all talking about business. We have some other business, got some old hypnosis trainings. But what I'm doing is I am positioning myself as an expert. And just like Google and just like Facebook, YouTube is one of the top ranking search platforms that people go looking for to solve their problems. So I'm helping therapists and coaches build their business. So when they're coming to YouTube and they're searching how to build my business, what should a coach charge? How do I build my hypnotherapy business? How do I get more hypnotherapy clients or coaching clients? My channel will pop up and they can look through these videos. And what I've strategically done is after every video, I have a call to action, which I tell people at the end of the video, hey, do this if you want to have this in your life. So I'll say, if you want to get more clients, you want to build your business, click the link below, which is this one right here. And you can either download my book, you can book a strategy call, and I've connected my Calendly booking system there. So now I'm drawing people away from YouTube into my business as well. This now becomes an organic lead. The great thing about YouTube, which a lot of people don't understand, is YouTube is running 24 hours a day. and YouTube will show your videos to the right people 24 hours a day. Facebook to an extent, but after about 7 days, it actually archives your video so people can't see that video content. It's why we use YouTube. It's another part of our input, but it's also part of a process as well, a process that is completely automatic. Because once I upload the video, I don't have to touch it. I let YouTube's algorithm show my videos to the people that are searching for the content that I create. So another must-have for your business is a YouTube channel. I'm not making videos specifically for YouTube. I'm just taking what I've already done on Facebook, because I have to do that as part of my inputs, my Facebook Lives, my content, and I'm repurposing that into YouTube as well. So that is another must-have for your business, guys, which is make sure you operate a free YouTube channel. And whatever you're doing on Facebook, repurpose it onto YouTube as well. So let's move on to the next must-have, guys, for your business. Bear with me. Is what will be one of the last ones is, guys, a schedule. Right now, if you do not have a schedule, you are wasting time and you're losing out on money in your business. If you do not have a schedule that is telling you what to do every hour, every 2 hours of the day, you're going to be running around spinning your wheels every day and wondering, why am I not making money? I'm procrastinating. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do a Facebook Live now? Should I go to an event? Should I create a free downloadable product? Should I do some mindset work? Should I go to the gym? Should I go get a haircut? Should I give away free sessions? What am I going to do? Gets too confusing. And then what do? We procrastinate, put it off for the next day. So this schedule, especially working for yourself, guys, in your own business, your own company, although you don't have a boss, the way I look at my schedule is my boss. So I schedule everything in, guys, that I do every single day. Okay, so from the time I wake up about 6:30 all the way through to I finish about 8:30, sometimes 9 p.m. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so my whole day is scheduled. Everything, guys, from when I go to the gym, when I eat, when I post something on Facebook, when I have my dinner and read my goals, when I have my strategy sessions, which gets booked throughout the day thanks to my booking system. Everything I do, the short Facebook Lives, the long Facebook Lives are all here. So I know what I'm doing every single day. I can predict an outcome of my business on how good my schedule is. Okay, and if you want to take things to the extreme, okay, and really understand the mindset of a 6- and 7-figure hypnotherapist and coach, scheduling is a must. There is no way in the world I could have created such a big company and bringing in so much revenue and helping so many students doing the same thing for their business without a schedule. If I'm waking up every day going, wonder how I'm going to get a client today. Should I do this? Should I do that? No, this will be better. No, I should probably do this. You've already lost. So you want to make sure you have a schedule, guys. So I use a HP laptop, and this is a free system that's on HP. It is called, let me just double check that name. Okay, One Calendar. Sorry about that. Had a mind blank there. So I use One Calendar, guys, and this is, again, it's a free system to use. So as you'll see here, I schedule everything from what time I go to the gym. I wake up the same time every day. Get home by 8 o'clock, have breakfast, and read my goals for the day. At 9 o'clock, I start working. This is when I start on Facebook. I send out a testimony or an announcement. 9:30, I send a call to action email to my subscribers. 11 o'clock, someone booked in a strategy call, which I did. Lunch and goals, post. I go and do some cardio at the gym. Another post, dinner, goals, had a strategy session. Then I did a Facebook Live on Monday evening, which you guys would have seen. And that's all scheduled in. 7:30, I read my goals. I wind down for the day. I make sure the next day is all planned and prepared. I book in any other strategy calls that have shown up here from throughout Monday. So if someone booked a strategy call at 3:30 p.m. for Tuesday, I just pop that in for the next day. And I make sure I know what I'm doing on Tuesday. The only thing that changes in my schedule, guys, is when the strategy calls are. That's it. Everything else remains the same. Why? Because I can systemize my movements. I don't have to worry about procrastination. I don't have to worry about wondering what I'm going to do. So a must-have for your business, guys, is a calendar, is a schedule. And you want to look at this schedule as your boss, because it's going to help you with procrastination. It's going to give you control over the actions, the inputs in your business. So every input that you need to do is here, from business and your personal life. From when you have dinner, from when you do strategy calls, or when you're doing a short Facebook Live, to when you're sending a post, whatever you're doing, you want to put it all in here, okay? And you want to follow this rigid schedule, okay? The most successful entrepreneurs and business owners and company owners in the world all align to a schedule. Nothing's ever just on the spot. Like, oh, I think I'll do this, I think I'll do that. There's a rigid schedule, and that's why they're so successful in what they do. So another must-have, guys, and the last one for this video is to make sure you have a schedule. Make sure you're scheduling in all your inputs. So there we have it, guys. There are all the must-haves that you must have for your business. I'm going to come back again. Let me just recap quickly on the systems. Let me take you back here. And that's what it was here. I showed you all the inputs. We looked at the process and the sale. Obviously, your outcome will be either cash or revenue based on the inputs. You want to schedule all these inputs, guys. The process and the sales, you want to have a strategy call. So a booking system with a survey that goes to a strategy call, and a strategy call, you want to be able to take payments on Stripe. That's what we recommend. So guys, that is your business as a whole. That takes out all the complexity of your business. If you're struggling with parts of your business, you want to break it down into these single elements and look at where things can be changed, or what things are wrong, or what things can be tweaked, what things can be enhanced so you can get more out of your business, especially moving into 2020. So guys, that's all for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.